Money and relationships, oil and water, sometimes they don't mix for one reason or another. But if we can remove just a few social constructs, we could take a much more position to look at how finances and relationships are not a dreaded talk, so long as you have very basic expectations. This is the Firm and Fair podcast. I'm your host, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. All right. I'm sorry. Let's be real. Money does not save and or create relationships. Sure, it's an attractive factor, but you can't keep a relationship just due to money alone. Because if we did, millionaires and billionaires would never break up with each other because, that's how much money is needed in a relationship. People actually leave folks that have lots of money that could take care of them for the rest of their life due to the fact they're unhappy. So let's get to that dreaded talk of finances and relationships. I think that we have to take the true economic ecosystem into consideration to understand that this is no longer a one income family type of era. You need two incomes to make things work. Even worse, the dollar doesn't spend the same way it does anymore. Inflation is rising, chasing our ass. Um, Corporations are seeing the highest profits that they're ever seen of all time since the pandemic began. We call that Hunger Games. But, at the same time, they make a lot of profit for some reason. The cost of living goes up, the cost of products goes up. It's kind of strange, But let's just take a man and a woman into consideration. Right now, back in the day, maybe the 1960s, 50s, and 40s, a man and woman could have lived together, had a family of one income, car, house, working at McDonald's, flipping burgers, with money to spare while going to college. And plus, it was more subsidized back then because it was cheaper. In this day and age, it takes a man and a woman to work together just to support their family. But then the cost of like childcare can, really, really change the game there because it's very expensive nowadays. It's not as affordable as it used to be. So then you find yourself having to have two incomes, and then, bad due to the fact that the mother and father are so busy they can barely raise their own family. Thus, you have, the public school system raising their family. So, it's less community than what it used to be from back in the day. But, hey, here we are. So when it comes to being in a relationship with somebody nowadays, you and that person, you don't have to go exactly 50-50, but you better have the state of mind that you're both supporting each other financially. If you're not willing to spend your money on your partner, you're with the wrong person. And if your partner's not spending their money on you, then I don't know. I mean, nothing really wrong with that if, it's agreed upon that you don't spend money with each other, but I think that is a good gesture. If you're not with somebody that you're willing to financially support or help them if they're having a hard time and they're not going to help you, you're with the wrong person as of right now. Now, you could make enough money where you don't need someone else to help you, because you're independent. That's good and gravy. That's still not enough to, help you actually create a relationship out of thin air. It's going to take much more than, you know, the social constructs of having the house, having the car, having the six figures, having the 1 year worth of expenses in your bank account. You can have all these things and still not have a relationship. So, you have to take into consideration that it's okay to be with someone and not be rich, just to have what you need. I'm a minimalist by heart, but you don't have to be a minimalist. Just have basic expectations that you're not going to be traveling to Paris every other Thursday. You're not going to have Michael Kors Balenciaga shoes every single month because that's unnecessary. You don't want to go bowling somewhere where you have to think about if you want to go bowling or maybe pay your mortgage or your rent this month because, that's just one of those fun pastimes that's starting to get very corporatized, but you just have to be with someone that's actually okay with having enough and then some because there are a lot of people in this world that don't have much but are very happy. We have people in third world countries, and I mean, even here in New York City, which is where I'm at right now, um, we have millionaires and bums in the same location, which I think, like philosophically speaking, it's wrong, but that's another conversation for another day. But I think that we need to let go of what money is because it's a man-made construct in of itself. So finances as a construct is something that's truly made up. So I would say get the basic things done with you and your partner, save up, make more than minimum wage for damn sure, because minimum wage is just a company telling you if I could pay you less, I would. So make sure you're making more than minimum wage, and there are many different ways to do that. But you and that person coming together, you and that person's money are coming together too to kind of create your own little unit. You got to think of it that way. You're paying into it. So what? You want to be in a relationship that you don't invest in? You don't invest in that person, they don't invest in you. So what are you both getting out of it? It's a romantic investment, but it's also a financial one too. So be ready to support the other person if you can. Um, Hopefully this talk kind of makes the talk of finances basic as much as possible, but I'm more than happy to do another part two if there's something you would like to discuss a little more on the linear basis or more very specific topic. And I'll try my best to work around it, but I'm not a finance guru myself, so don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. It looks like you're going to start doing better. I'm doing better. We all will. This is the Spencer Perspective, and I'm out.